Hello YouTube. This is my first video and I'm starting my lock journey. What I'm currently doing is taking down my second set of locks, which were professionally done, but it's partly my fault. I didn't properly communicate to the loctician what I wanted, but also she just handled my hair really rough and did it too tight. But then again, like I said, I should have said like, hey, that's too tight, you know. And I was just too excited to get my locks. I overlooked like really big red flags. I'll go into details about that later. But I injured my shoulder back in December, and I'm still recovering. And that was part of the reason why I wanted a professional to do it, because it would go quicker. Whereas if I do it myself, it would take me, forever, because I have to take a million breaks to not mess up my shoulder. But I usually just trust myself with my hair, and that's what I should have stuck with. So that's what I'm doing. This third set I'm going to do myself. I'm going to take my time, even if it takes me 2 weeks. I need to get the parting right. I need to get the size right. I don't want to rush through it, because I want to keep these for, years. And I don't want, I want them to look the way I want them to. So, taking my time. I'm watching Drop Dead Diva. You cannot see that. Oops. But yeah, and then I have my heating pad on my shoulder. And I'm just taking breaks when it's just getting too much for my shoulder, because I don't want to, I don't want to re-injure it. Anyway, I've done about 95% of my hair. I have this section right here, which is about, how many? I've taken 3 starter locks and made a braid, and this is 5 braids, I think. So I have 15 starter braids, or starter locks to take down. These were started by interlocking, so that's why it's taking me so long. My God, I regret doing interlocking. I was just impatient. I was like, oh, I want them to look like, they're halfway mature, which it didn't look that way. But being impatient, I now know, is the worst thing you can be on a lock journey. And I haven't even gotten that far on my journey, but at least I figured that out early, even though it cost me, $150. But yes, I have 15 here, and then in the back here I have like six maybe. So it's Saturday, April 5th. I'm estimating that if I keep working for the rest of the day, I might finish like early Sunday morning, like maybe 2 a.m. or something. I don't know. I have to, go to my grandmother's house and see family. And, I usually do that like every weekend, so it's not like a big deal. I can sit there and do my hair, and like no one will care. So yeah, hopefully I'll finish by tonight or early Sunday morning, and clarify my hair, because the loctician put a bunch of crap in my hair, which I didn't know she was doing until she got to the front, and it was too late, and she was almost done. And also because what I'm using to detangle and take down my starter locks is a mixture of Suave almond and shea butter conditioner, and the second ingredient is dimethicone, so don't want that in my starter lock. So I'm gonna clarify really well with Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo, and then deep condition super well. I don't think I did that enough with my first set. And then I'm probably gonna do a protein treatment with gelatin. I've been doing that for about a year, and I like it. It's the result is, I've never used Apogee two-step, but from the descriptions that I've heard about Apogee, the way that gelatin works is similar to that. Like, it gets really hard on your hair, and you rinse it out, and like your hair strengthened and stuff. And it's a really good, natural way to get a protein treatment that actually, works, because the molecules are small enough. Because it's hydrolyzed protein versus like using yogurt or eggs. Like, the molecules are too big to really do any like I guess it does a little bit, but it's not really as good as if you have a smaller molecule that actually can interact with the hair and strengthen it, like hydrolyzed protein, like an ORS reconstructing deep conditioner, I think it is. I don't know, I use it, I just don't remember the name. But it has hydrolyzed wheat protein, I think, and biotin and a bunch of other stuff. So the gelatin is just a really plain, cheap, natural way to strengthen your hair. So I'm gonna do that and really make sure I get the moisture in my hair, and just take my time and restart my locks. Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a test of my patience, and but I'm so ready. I love my loose hair, but it just takes so much time out of my life to manage, because if I had coarser individual strands, I think it would be easier for me, because coarse strands aren't as hard to break. But my strands are super fine. I just have a lot of them. Like, a lot of people say, like, you have the thickest hair I've ever seen. Like, they always tell me that. And I do have a lot of it, and it's only armpit length. So and I've been keeping it at armpit length. Like, I've been cutting it. It would have been longer, but I keep cutting it to like manage but my strands are so fine. They tangle a lot. Even if I keep them in twists, and I don't wet them, they still tangle up. And then I can't use a comb, because that breaks my hair. And then my hair is so tightly coiled that a comb isn't really not my best friend. It just doesn't. So I use my fingers, and so that makes the process so much longer. And I don't really go out much. I'm very introverted, and a lot of my friends, like, we just don't have schedules that match up, so I don't really go out much. But after working every day, Monday through Friday, I just want to come home and just do nothing on the weekend. I don't want to, like, get off of work at, like, 6 p.m. on a Friday, and then I'm like, oh, I got to start detangling my hair. And then my entire weekend is devoted to my hair. I don't want to do that anymore. So my only choice was to, like, stay in cornrows for the rest of my life and wear, like, wigs and weaves, which my head is too big for wigs. I'm serious. Like, it's too big. Wigs don't fit me. They give me headaches, even if I do cornrows. And weaves I don't really have experience with, and I don't want to spend all that money on weaves. And I'm definitely not going back to a relaxer. I never liked a relaxer, even when I had it. I was always trying to get my hair to look curly, so it just looks too flat. I hate flat hair on me. And that's why with these locks, I'm going to try and get them, like, really full. And yeah, and then my third option was locks. When I first went natural, a lot of people were like, oh, are you going to lock your hair? And I'm like, no. Like, I was like, maybe, like, somewhere, in the future. Like, I thought maybe 10 years. Like, I chopped out my relaxants in 2010. So I was like, well, maybe 10 years from now. But it's only almost 3.5 years down the line, and I'm getting locks. I never thought it would be this soon, but I guess now adulthood, and I'm no longer in college. I've graduated, and now I'm working every day, and I just don't have as much leisure time for my hair as I did as when I was a student. So, and I just love the way that locks look. Like, maybe I just haven't been paying attention, or maybe I'm just not living in the right part of town or whatever. I mean, I live in a black neighborhood, but I mainly see, like, weaves and braids, and I don't see a lot of like loose natural hair or locks, but I don't see a lot of women with locks where I live. I live in a big major city, so it's not like I live in the middle of nowhere. I don't see a lot of women with locks, but when I do, I'm just like, oh my god, her hair is so pretty. Like, I don't care what length it is, like if it's neck length or like to her butt, like I'm just like, oh my god, it's so pretty. Like one time I went in Walgreens downtown, and this lady had the prettiest color. Like it was like this orangish gold, and like it faded into like a red, and then like she had the basket weave in the back. Her hair was so long, like I don't know if it was all hers or it was extensions. A lot of it had to be hers, because lock extensions usually don't look this good. But anyway, whatever they were, real or fake, they were amazing. And I'm really shy, so I don't really approach people, but I really had to approach her. I was like, I love your hair. And then that was it. Like you know, she was talking to someone else, so I didn't want to, you know. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, so I'm ready now. I think I'm really ready. I want to stick to this set. So like I said, I'm going to take my time, be patient. Thankfully, I work somewhere where, even though it's a corporate environment, I can go in wearing like t-shirt, jeans, and like a knit hat, and no one cares. So that's how most people there work. The people who dress up are a minority. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be done by the end of this week. If not, that's cool. Whenever I finish, I'll finish. It just has to look the way I want it to, and I'm not gonna rush. So, but yeah, I get really talkative on these videos. I'm sorry. And I'm recording on my phone, so I'm not gonna be able to edit. But if anybody watches this, thank you so much for watching. And hopefully I'll be able to keep up with updates. And yeah, so thank you for watching. And subscribe, please. Alright, bye.